Okay, so here's our standard hookup when doing development. Here's one of my what I think of as multi-purpose boards. Um, anyway, it's got a AT Tiny 84 with the Optiboot bootloader in, which is how all my projects are made. It's got several outputs, several inputs, a few LEDs on board. I think it also has an opto input. Seeing as how I get these boards made 10 at a time and they're shipped from China, I try to design them as generally useful as possible. This one's got 10 connections on. The power can either feed in a separate power feed here or is available on pins there, if I remember correctly. So all this hooks up by connecting to the USB serial, like that. And you hear the Windows 10, "Hi, I like your USB device" sound. And to see, I already had some software loaded in this. Okay, so all of this relies on putting the bootloader in. Then the little Atmel chips become very convenient and will hook up, just like an Uno or a Nano or any of their other systems, directly into the Arduino environment, which is a damn handy way to do engineering. So, now I've shown before my setup for burning in bootloaders, but I decided this is something I do so much, I wanted to do something special. So, ta-da! I had this made for all my favorite chips. This is the Workhorse AT Mega 328. This is the AT Tiny 861, which has almost two full ports on it. The really interesting little Tiny 84, which is just right for a lot of my projects. And this is for the AT Tiny 85. Well, you can't get an 8-pin 0 insertion 4 socket, so I wired it to a 14. It fits in the lower 4 pins there. Now, the usual software, the Arduino as ISP, is downloaded into this Nano, which I've actually got plugged into a socket here. Now, normally, after you program it in, you don't want to accidentally overwrite the software in here. Technically, you don't have to do anything, but if you accidentally hit the upload button instead of the burn bootloader control, it will overwrite this. So, I have a little jumper here. Okay. And after this is loaded in here, I put the jumper in. It connects the 10 microfarad capacitor to the reset pin, which is the way you prevent, we'll deal with that later, it's the way you prevent accidentally overwriting the software in here. After that, this just couples in, and you do the usual setup and the burn bootloader command, Arduino as ISP for whatever chips. So this has been real helpful. So if you want one of these, as usual, I'll put the Gerber files, the schematic, and you don't need the software because the software is already in your machine. That's the standard software for loading in here. And you're free to make your own. This was at good old JLPCB or whatever they are in China. And I really like the boards in blue. Why does green look so yucky for circuit boards? Maybe because we've all seen too many of them. I made some other colors too, but this looks pretty presentable. And even has the 3 LEDs which flash along with what this is doing. So, hope you find this helpful. See you next time, okay?